Hello everyone. So this presentation is going to be on change management, specifically to the implementation of a new EHR system. So to begin, we have our change management principles. So upon a website that I found that these were the best ones applied to our current situation. Which the first principle is to develop a roadmap for the change initiative, gather staff to put the plan into action, and remove obstacles and adapt as they occur. These three principles are going to be really key things to keep in mind as we move throughout the presentation, specifically to when we're adapting to a new system, when we're training into a new system. It's been proven that it's effective for the training, that it's easier to remove the obstacles and adapt to them as they do occur. And along with just the overall development of the roadmap, it is very important that during a new EHR transition, we provide information that will allow for the new initiative. So to start, we have communication. This will allow for a very smooth transition. If there's communication between all parties, including vendors, it is much easier for this to go ahead and transition over to. As well as training. When it comes to training, initial skills and initial skills assessment 3 months before we go live, and basic skills training between 2 months, and application specific training 1 week before we go live. So what this means is just saying that there's training literally months in advance to help adjust along the way when we get to there. So there will be training months in advance. I even think that maybe we should do it a little bit before the 3-month mark. How about 6 months? Just to provide as much paid training that we can to help you adjust during this new transition. That way it's a much easier transition. You'll know how to use the system. You'll know the basic skill. And after that system has been implemented, you'll know what you're working with because of that training. Next, what we have here is workflow checks. Workflow checks that I have here is just to analyze all existing workflow processes and seek for ways to improve efficiency. So what we want to do here is really provide as much efficiency as we can for this workflow. Because as new things develop, we want to be able to improve what went wrong, and we want to be able to use our workflow analysis to investigate anything that has been occurred. So a few challenges that you might face, 3 of them would be misaligned expectations. So when you're expecting something and you don't get what you were expecting, this can sometimes happen because during that training you're expecting, oh, this is going to be placed here. But then when we go live, it might not be placed exactly where you thought it would be. So one thing to keep in mind is that things might change slightly, but the possibility of them changing a very large amount is not going to happen. The second is lack of preparedness. This would obviously only come if the training was not sufficient enough for you. But like I said, we are planning months in advance to help this transition as much as possible. And the decline in productivity. It has been shown that when there's new HR, there's been sometimes declining in productivity because, again, it's something that you might not know how to do. And in that case, we will be providing certain tutorials and a help box, so that way if you don't know something, you have access to all kinds of resources to help you. That way we hopefully won't be seeing any type of decline in the productivity. And then lastly, I just have my references here. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Have a great one.